What if I told you the biggest threat to your freedom isn't a government, a virus, or even an enemy nation? What if the greatest danger lies within your own mind, a silent saboteur whispering you into submission? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we're going to expose the invisible chains that bind us and reveal how to break free. We all believe we're in control of our lives, right? We make choices, we have opinions, we decide our own destinies. But what if that's just an illusion? What if, from the moment we're born, our minds are being subtly molded, shaped, and programmed by forces we barely even recognize? Think about it, from the commercials that dictate what we should buy, to the news headlines that tell us what we should fear, to the social media feeds that define what we should desire. Our perception of reality is constantly under assault. This isn't some grand conspiracy. It's the natural evolution of a world saturated with information and influence. We're living in an age of unprecedented mental manipulation, and most of us are completely unaware of it. Consider the simple act of choosing what to watch on TV. Do you truly pick what you want? Or are you influenced by trending lists, algorithms, or what your friends are talking about? Even our deepest beliefs, our political affiliations, our moral compass, how much of that is genuinely ours? And how much is a reflection of the narratives we've absorbed from our families, our communities, and the media? The truth is, we are often puppets, dancing to the tune of invisible strings, convinced we're choreographing our own moves, the Trojan horse of thought. So, how does this mental conditioning happen? It's not a sudden invasion. It's a slow, insidious infiltration, like a Trojan horse slipping past our defenses. Our brains, wired for efficiency, are constantly seeking patterns, shortcuts, and confirmations of what they already believe. This is where the danger lies. Psychologists call it confirmation bias, the tendency to seek out and interpret information in a way that confirms our existing beliefs. We gravitate towards news sources that validate our political views. We surround ourselves with people who agree with us, and we dismiss anything that challenges our comfortable worldview. This creates an echo chamber, a self-reinforcing loop, where our beliefs grow stronger, not because they've been rigorously tested, but because they've never been truly questioned. But it goes deeper than that. There's also the bandwagon effect, where we adopt beliefs or behaviors simply because many other people do. Think about fashion trends, popular diets, or even investment bubbles. We're herd animals at heart, and the desire to fit in, to be accepted by the group, can override our critical thinking. We silence our own doubts for the comfort of conformity. Then there's the framing effect, where the way information is presented influences our perceptions. A product advertised as 90% fat-free sounds much better than contains 10% fat, even though it's the same thing. Political messages are carefully framed to evoke specific emotional responses, bypassing logic and appealing directly to our instincts. These subtle linguistic and visual cues are constantly shaping our thoughts without our conscious awareness. These aren't just academic concepts. They are the invisible threads weaving the fabric of our perception, dictating what we accept as truth and what we dismiss as fiction. And the more complex and noisy the world becomes, the more susceptible we are to these mental shortcuts. The price of unconsciousness. What's the cost of living in this state of mental servitude? It's far greater than you might imagine. When we're not truly thinking for ourselves, we become vulnerable to exploitation. From manipulative marketing to populist propaganda, an uncritical mind is highly swayed and exploited. We spend money we don't have on things we don't need, and we cast votes that may not serve our best interests. Divided and polarized. When everyone is locked in their own echo chambers, reinforced by confirmation bias, genuine dialogue breaks down. We demonize those who hold different views, not because they are inherently evil, but because their perspectives threaten our carefully constructed realities. This leads to the societal fragmentation we see all around us. Stagnant and unfulfilled. True growth, innovation, and personal fulfillment come from challenging ourselves, from venturing beyond our comfort zones. If we're constantly being told what to think, what to want, and what to fear, we never truly discover our own potential. We become reactive, not creative. We exist, but we don't truly live. The price of unconsciousness is the slow erosion of our individual autonomy and the collective progress of humanity. We settle for superficiality when we could be exploring depth. We embrace division when we could be fostering understanding. So, how do we break free? How do we reclaim our minds from these invisible influences? It's not easy, but it's possible, and it begins with a conscious decision to become a sovereign thinker. 1. Question everything. The first step to freedom is doubt. Don't blindly accept information, even if it comes from a trusted source. Ask, who benefits from this message? What evidence supports this claim? And most importantly, what assumptions am I making? Challenge your own deeply held beliefs. It's uncomfortable, but it's where true intellectual growth begins. 2. Seek diverse perspectives. Deliberately expose yourself to different viewpoints, even those you find challenging, or read books from authors with opposing ideologies. Listen to podcasts that offer alternative narratives. Engage in respectful debate with people who think differently. This isn't about changing your mind. It's it's about expanding it. 3. Practice mindful consumption. Treat information like food. Don't just gorge on whatever is put in front of you. Be intentional about what you consume. Limit your exposure to sensationalized news and addictive social media feeds. Prioritize sources that emphasize depth, nuance, and critical analysis over emotional appeal. 4. Embrace discomfort. The journey to mental freedom is not always comfortable. You will encounter ideas that challenge your worldview, facts that contradict your assumptions, and truths that might make you feel vulnerable. Resist the urge to retreat into your echo chamber. Lean into that discomfort. It's a sign that your mind is growing. Cultivate critical thinking tools. Learn about logical fallacies. Understand the difference between correlation and causation. Develop the ability to dissect an argument, identify its premises, and evaluate its conclusions. These aren't just academic exercises. They are essential survival skills in the information age. The path forward, becoming a sovereign thinker isn't a destination, it's a lifelong practice. It's about constantly questioning, learning, and evolving. It's about recognizing that the greatest power you possess is the power to control your own mind. Imagine a world where more people practiced this. A world where empathy replaced outrage, where critical thinking trumped blind belief, and where genuine understanding fostered connection instead of division. That world isn't a fantasy, it's a possibility. But it starts with each one of us making the conscious choice to break free from the invisible chains and truly think for ourselves. The choice is yours. Will you remain a puppet, dancing to the strings of external influence? Or will you seize the reins of your own mind and chart your own course?